Hey loves, how you doing? Welcome back. Welcome to day, is it 27? Day 27 of the live stream event. So today we are actually going to be talking about self-sabotage around money and how we sabotage ourselves and why we sabotage ourselves and basically how to move through it, how to work through it, self-sabotage. So this actually came about from another lovely lady who emailed in a question that she wanted to know, so I'll read it to you here, and then I'll answer her questions and talk to you about self-sabotage. Alright, so the email is, I have a goal of becoming debt-free within the next 2 years. I recently manifested some extra money that I had full intention of putting towards my debt, but instead I blew it on random stuff I didn't need. This is a major pattern for me. I see extra money that I manifest as money I wasn't planning on, so I blow it. I have a deep-rooted belief that it's hard for me to hold on to money, so I spend all I get immediately. I am working on this, but would love to hear your feedback and tips on overcoming this behavior. So, lovely lady. This is very common for most people. Money sabotage. So, money sabotage is a bit different from money blocks. Blocks are just beliefs. Sabotage is like habits and patterns that you do when you are not fully comfortable with like money, with the amount of money that you have. So this can manifest in ways like, say you get money, you get paid your paycheck, income comes in, you make a sale, and then all of a sudden there is like an unexpected bill that arises. Or it could be that when you receive money you feel like numb and undeserving of it, or you feel like it's dirty, or you won't raise your prices because you're terrified that you're going to lose like customers and sales, like things like this that are like ingrained in us. They're deep habits that we have around money, and the reason we do this is because obviously we're not energetically matched to money, right? But I want to talk to this email from this woman because I just want to answer a couple of questions. I want to answer a couple of things that I saw in here. So she said her goal was becoming debt-free within the next 2 years. I want to ask if that is truly a desire. Is it truly a desire that comes from your heart, that where it feels good? Or do you want to pay it off in 2 years because there's something off about it, like you don't like having debt, like you don't feel good about the debt that you have, so you want to get rid of it in the next 2 years? Is the desire to pay off the debt, like is it backed by good energy? Is it backed by feeling good about it? Or is it backed by some kind of funky, like shamey energy behind it? Because I tell you, if it's the latter, you're gonna pay it off and then you're going to manifest more because you didn't heal the deeper feelings about the debt, right? So that's what I will say on that. And then I also wanted to talk about the major pattern. So the pattern of like when you get money, you spend it straight away. So what about you, like why do you believe that you don't deserve it? Because that can be a big part. Like if you really dig deep, a lot of it is just that you felt like you didn't deserve the money, so you needed to get rid of it. For me, when I used to do this, I had a lot of shame around my debt. I was embarrassed of my debt, and like I would like deliberately put my head in the sand about it. Like I didn't want to know about it. It didn't exist. And so whenever I manifested more money, it was like I was in survival mode at the time, so it was like, I need this is mine, so I should be able to spend this. But then I would spend it because I was uncomfortable having it. Like there was really funky stuff around that, and at the time I didn't know how to really work through it. It was like I did forgiveness work, but I wasn't like committed to doing it. But now that I have healed a lot of my money stuff, I realized that it is a healing process, right? So the biggest part that I would think is that I would think you would need to work on is your beliefs about yourself, about the money, right? So this is part of the work, but this is why the journaling process comes in. Journal, what about this money did you feel that you needed to spend it? What about this money did you feel that you didn't deserve it enough to keep it? What about this money made you not want to put it down onto debt? Like, journal and go deep. And then move through the next part of the journal process on that you're willing to see it differently, right? So if the feelings of shame come up around money, then deliberately say that you're willing to see this differently. You're willing to look at your debt differently, right? Because here's the thing, debt isn't actually bad. I don't look at debt as bad anymore. I used to, and so I used to avoid it, and so I used to treat it like it was like this thing that, you know, like I shamed myself, but I shamed my debt as well. And so I wasn't willing to look at it, and so it was just like this big elephant in the room that wouldn't ever go away until I decided, actually no, we're gonna heal this relationship. We're gonna do this because this is just not, this is not working anymore. And so I chose to look at my debt as not a bad thing. I chose to look at it as something that has been able to help me afford things that I couldn't afford at the time, like my computer, my laptop, that now I run my business off, right? My student loan that I got when I had my brief moment where I was like, I want to work and travel. That's what debt did for me. When I bought, what else did I buy? When I decided I wanted to go on a holiday and just like get out of here, it paid for that. Like, that, they were bad things. They weren't bad things at all. Yeah, and so I choose not to look at debt as a bad thing anymore. I had no shame about debt. And funnily enough, once I decided to look at it and not shame myself for it, it was really easy to heal the relationship with my debt. All of a sudden, I could pay it off easier. And like the payments just kept going on, and I felt really good about it, and I would deliberately look at my accounts and like be grateful for the debt and be grateful for the healing that was happening. And so I'd see like the amounts rising in the accounts, and I just felt deep gratitude for it. I wasn't afraid of it. It wasn't this big scary thing anymore. It was like, we've got a good thing going on. And so that's how I healed the sabotaging patterns of my own around debt. Excuse me. Oh, embarrassing. So yeah, that's what I'd recommend. Like, self-sabotage, it comes up. I have many things that I do when sabotage appears, and sometimes the sabotage that appears is like things that aren't actually in your control. Like, I remember one time I made this huge investment in this course. It was like a big step for me, but it didn't feel like a big step, but it was still a big step for me. And all this random shit went wrong. Like, I got sick, the Wi-Fi cut out. That did like never happen, and so I couldn't even go online. And what else happened? Like, some other things happened, and instead of freaking out about it and thinking, oh my god, this is a sign, this is not a good thing, like it's a bad omen, whatever, I decided to see it as like, oh no, this is just me going to the next level. This is me hitting an upper limit, and I'm choosing just to let it pass and move into this new level gracefully. And sometimes that's all it requires. You know, when it pops up, when it appears, when you see how you're sabotaging yourself, or even how not the universe is sabotaging you, but like the residue energy, like the old energy you used to admit attracted things that made you sabotage yourself, right? And choosing to just move to the next level gracefully, like you don't even have to look at it. But with these deep things like debt, where we've grown up being told that debt is a bad thing, don't get into debt, or there's something wrong with you if you cannot pay your debt, you know, like when you've grown up with that kind of psychology, then the healing work is necessary. You need to heal your relationship with your money, right? Look at it as a relationship. Look at it as a partnership. Look at it as like a marriage. If look at it, if your debt was a partner, right? A romantic partner, how you treat them now, do you think that would make a successful relationship? No, probably not, right? So then ask yourself, if your debt was a person, what would you do to start healing this part of the relationship? And look at it like that. Okay. So I hope that answers the question. And like, it's really simple, really. Like, all it comes back to is healing. Healing the parts of yourself that feel like you don't deserve it. Healing the parts of yourself that want more but feel bad for it. Like, it's healing. And then moving into energy, the energy work, the frequency work, feeling the feelings of having a debt-free life, feeling the feelings of having paid off your debt and it being an amazing feeling, and not feeling shame about it or embarrassed about it, right? Feeling the feelings of making so much money you don't even have to think about debt anymore. Feeling the feelings, like getting into the energy after you've done the healing work. But the healing work is necessary, I believe, for you to be able to move into feeling the feelings and living in the frequency and energy of living in your future reality now, for you to truly step into it. That's what I believe anyway. So yeah, that's all for me today. Like I always say, if you have any questions, be sure to pop them down in the comments below, or any feedback. I'm here to help. And if you really like this live stream and you feel like someone you know might be sabotaging themselves around money or around debt specifically, please share this with them. I would really appreciate that. And like always, I will see you tomorrow. Okay, bye!